Hey there, how you guys doing this morning? So I have a crazy idea, and this really comes from the notion that I think I have a responsibility to try to inspire young people, right? Your kids, your grandkids, really to see that having a job for 40 years is not the only option, right? When I sit back and I sort of think about myself, as someone, 15 to 25, I was personally just hardwired to think, go to school, get a good job, make a lot of money, and that equals success. I now believe if I would have read a book like the One Rental at a Time book, which we've just published at 15, right, kind of when I understood money, right, when money was something to me, right, I had a job by for 3 or 4 years by that point, my life would have been different, right? I don't know what it would have been like, but it would have been different, right? I would have certainly spent my 20s in a much different way, right? I wasted time and wasted a lot of money in my 20s, and that wouldn't have happened if I would have read that book. So I'm one to try things and see if it works. So what I'm doing is I'm sponsoring a February book report challenge. And I'm hoping all of you have your kids, I'm thinking between 10 and 25, get this book and take a shot at it, right? Read the book. It's a very easy read. I've been told it's 2.5 hours. And then I want them to write a book report. It could be as simple as a paragraph if they're younger, maybe upwards of a page if they're a little bit older, but basically summarizing what they personally took away from the book. I think this does two things. First and foremost, somebody's going to win $100, and that's going to be awesome. But for everyone who takes the time to read it and then write the book report, guess what happens? All of you as parents or grandparents can read the report. And you can have a conversation about money, about jobs, about financial freedom. And you could in theory with this book report change their future direction. And I think that's really exciting. I think having something like this can really spark conversations inside families. And yes, somebody's going to win $100, but I can promise you the $100 will be inconsequential to the many of people that read the book and then take the time to write a report. So I'm really excited to see what happens. I already know since yesterday many people have bought the books for their kids. I think lots of you should, because again, I can just imagine the power of having that conversation, right? Talking about money is hard. Talking about finances is hard. It's uncomfortable. It's not easy. But if the kid sees the chance to get $100 for reading for 2 hours and writing a simple book report, I just can't imagine the kind of conversations you're going to have around the kitchen table when you personally read the report. And as far as getting me the report, my email's given throughout the book. All they have to do is send it there. When I start getting these reports, I'll start talking about them. But again, I think this book report challenge, if it goes as good as I think it will in February, we're going to keep this rolling. But for right now, it's a 1-month challenge. Buy the book, have them read it, send a report, enjoy the fact that you can read it and start a conversation at home about money and finances and retirement and jobs and all of that stuff. So do me a favor, leave a comment below if your children are going to be in the competition. I want to see a lot of comments on this video because all of us should want better for our children. And all of us should want our kids not to work for 40 years in a job unless they want to, right? If they want to, great, right? It's the have to, it's the mandates, it's the, I don't see a better way that we need to fix. So leave a comment below if you're going to get a book for one or multiple kids, and let's see what happens in this contest and enjoy the conversations that this contest sparks. Have a great day.